Kenneth Arthur back here for Field Goals. It's been a little bit of a break, but we're back to talk about the draft. Since haven't talked too much since the loss of the Falcons. Just trying to recover from that. It was a very trying season, but we're back now, moving on to the next year, hoping to get that elusive Super Bowl, and that's going to keep going on with the 2013 draft. And there's a lot of mocks going out there. Not necessarily. The thing with mock drafts is people, they need something to do, and they love the draft so much, and they can't wait, because you're going to get someone and it's going to be your guy. As soon as the draft comes along, it's an exciting time because you're going to have nude guys on your team. I said nude guys. I mean, you are going to have nude guys on your team. The locker room is full of nude guys. But you're also going to have new guys that are going to be nude later, but at first they're just going to be drafted. These guys are going to be your players. These guys are going to be Seattle Seahawks. They got over 10 picks. I don't know how many at this point exactly with everything going on. They got Matt Flynn. He could turn into some picks. But it's going to be a big year for Seattle. They've had 3 pretty good drafts under Pete Carroll and John Schneider. Well, they've been pretty great. For them to get basically one elite player up to this point in their careers per draft with Earl Thomas, Richard Sherman, and Russell Wilson, and some other very good players, some starters. But this time it's going to be maybe their most picks that they've had in their time being here, and they've proven that they can get guys later in the draft that are going to be valuable. KJ Wright also in the 4th, Cam Chancellor in the 5th. So for them, a 7th round, having 3 7-round picks, or having, they're going to, having 2 in the 4th round, it always seems to work out because they're going to have some misses, but they're going to have some hits. But we're going to focus right now on the first pick. First round, one mock draft is the most popular Walter Football. One of the top hits when you go to Google for mock drafts, it's pretty much the top hit. Right now he's got Sylvester Williams, defensive tackle from North Carolina. And Walter, I don't know if his name is Walter. To be honest, I don't know that much about the guy other than the fact that he runs a really popular website for, I don't know how he got to Google at the top, but he did. He says the combine is going to dictate this pick for me. As Danny Kelly went over on our site, Field Goals, the other day, it's not that much about the combine. They're going to figure some stuff out, but John Schneider, Pete Carroll, they're going in there with some idea. And I don't think that the numbers, whether or not Sylvester Williams, as he said, there's a good chance he'll run a 4.9. Good for him. I don't know that necessarily it matters that you can run a 4.9 or if it's a 5.1 or whatever it is, especially when we're talking about defensive tackle. But for Seattle, they got some guys. They're going to balance everything. Character, Sylvester Williams, he's not the most, it's sort of the new name that I've seen. I haven't seen that much of him going to Seattle. But this draft is kind of weird. Lots of different names. And by putting in different names, here's a little insider tip. For these guys that you see, for them switching up their names all the time, it gives them more hits and more chance to get you to talk about them. So Sylvester Williams, I think there's a good chance that they could go with defensive tackle, but I also think there's a good chance that they're just going to take the best player available. And if a guy like Keenan Allen is available, if there's whatever their draft board is, it's very deep in what Seattle needs, which is going to be defensive tackle, perhaps outside linebacker, tight end, wide receiver, maybe guard, maybe right tackle. I don't see them, the luxury is picking 25th is maybe you can take a right tackle or a guard because you're not necessarily, and when you're picking in the top 5, you don't want to pass on a potential quarterback or a potential number 1 wide receiver. But here, that's going to be an option for them. Sylvester Williams, not so sure about that, but we'll see what happens as the draft gets closer. Now that you're back, now that you've seen, that I'm back doing the NFL draft from now until April, make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel and all that other good stuff.